The time has finally come and I am ecstatic. Yes, we finally have information about the Assassin's Creed VR title coming to the Quest platform. I initially found there could be information coming from Sadly It's Bradley, of course, but an article by Tom Henderson at Exputer gives a whole bunch of information, including a title. Apparently, sources have confirmed that the Assassin's Creed VR game is going to be called Assassin's Creed Nexus. The article says that the title is going to bring back not only fan-favorite assassins, including Ezio Auditore, but also assassins from previous titles like Cassandra Connor and Haytham, and they all make playable appearances on a variety of different levels. From what the article says, it gets me very excited, so let's go over some of the information. First of all, it says that Assassin's Creed Nexus has a total of 16 individual missions with a tutorial to get you to grips with the game's controls. Makes sense, 16 different missions sounds like quite a few. Let's hope that they're semi-lengthy and there is a reason to replay them. It says that there are 2 different styles of movement in the game, or you can use a combination of the both of them, both analog stick movement and teleportation. Because it's a stealth game, it says that it also brings in some interesting aspects with teleportation. It says that teleportation comes with a sound bar that lets you know if you're alerting nearby enemies. Basically, the further away you teleport towards the enemy, the less sound is made. The article goes on to say, for example, teleporting 10 feet away from behind an enemy will create less sound than teleporting 3 feet away from them. So it's usually ideal to teleport some distance away to avoid detection by sound and then crouch towards your enemy with your controllers. Makes total 100% sense. I'm really glad they put in teleportation to this game because I know a lot of people that don't have their VR legs and they are going to want to play this game, and it still needs to have that stealth aspect to it. Sounds like they've come up with an interesting way to make that happen. The article also talks about assassinations in combat, saying that assassinations and combat in the game are what you would expect from Assassin's Creed VR, with assassinations being the main way to take down your enemies. They are hidden blades, and they are extracted by holding down a button and flicking your wrist. You can use them to stab at your enemies. It says that guards seem to die in just one hit when they are assassinated in this way, but will require several hits if they are alerted. Also talks about sword combat being just standard VR sword combat, parry, attack, defend. It also has interesting things in the game, such as lock picking, which could be very interesting. Apparently you can pick open chests and doors that'll lead you to rewards, and it's almost like a mini game of some kind picking the locks. I'd be interested to see how that works. As someone that worked with locks for many years and I can really pick locks, it'll be interesting to see how they went about making it feel like you're actually picking a lock. Also, apparently the leap of faith is going to be in the game, which is absolutely awesome. You can stand in a T-pose and then fall off a building into a stack of hay. The article says that apparently it's a really cool experience. Definitely something I want to do in virtual reality. The sources are suggesting that Assassin's Creed Nexus would be released sometime in the next 12 months, which is much sooner than I actually expected it to be if that is the case. Needless to say, I am really excited now, as I thought for sure this was at least a ways away because we had not heard anything. But this leak seems to indicate that it is actually quite a ways ahead on its development. There are apparently external testers doing testing on the game currently, which is where a lot of this information comes from. And I have no idea how the development of game process works, but I assume that testing means that there is a pretty good solid game there to be played. Hopefully that means that they're going through the testing phases and we'll see a launch very soon. Maybe we'll even hear something about it this fall at Connect. I'm not 100% sure what to think about the 16 individual missions. I really wanted a story-based game, and maybe that's what this will be, but it sounds more like a game where you play through different scenarios involving your favorite assassins. Could still be really cool, but I just hope that these missions are a decent length. I don't want 16 missions that are 10 minutes long and you're done in under 3 hours. I'd rather have something that is a little more meaty and has a reason to go back and explore, something a little more open. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm excited to see, hopefully very soon, what this game is going to include. What do you think though? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are so far on Assassin's Creed VR, or I guess technically as it's called Assassin's Creed Nexus. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Now, one thing I want to mention really quickly before we move on is that none of this is 100% confirmed by Ubisoft or by Meta, so it's all subject to change. It's possible that this name is a placeholder name. It's possible that these players didn't play a full build of the game and 16 missions is just what they got access to. This is a closed testing, so anything that was tested behind these closed doors could be changed, updated, added to. None of this means this is the final game, but it is awesome to see information about the game itself and to be able to at least get an update of some kind. Also, let's talk about some updates coming to the Quest platform that, yes, of course, sadly, it's Bradley posted about on Twitter. By the way, congratulations to Brad, who is now working with Liv as a community manager. Amazing, and congratulations. Brad posted on Twitter and said a big update will come to the Quest. It won't be the next update. He says that they are working on the entire home dashboard framework to rebuild it. There's not going to be a visual difference, but it'll be heavily optimized and be separated into many independent systems. He says there are 3 main noticeable features. First of all, you'll be able to anchor windows in your home environment, allowing you to set up sections for each teleportation area. In other words, those areas you can teleport to in your home environment now, you can now set up windows at different locations around your room. It says, but there'll be a 3 max for each teleportation area. It's going to utilize Suspend API, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. Essentially what that does is allows you to teleport around your room. You can have a section of your room that has 3 different windows to do one thing. You can teleport to another section that'll have 3 different windows to do other different things, essentially allowing you to set up an entire area with multiple different windows to do different things. The second thing Brad mentions is the Suspend API. It says you can now suspend 2D applications and VR experiences, launch another app, and resume your progress seamlessly afterwards. It says that this feature will require the developers to opt in via the Suspend API, while all home windows and 2D apps will be supported. Number 3, Brad mentions, is the Windows API. It says allowing developers to put a Oculus dashboard/home window in their VR application. Seems like this will allow developers to add a window, which we've talked about in the past before, in their game to the home window or the Oculus dashboard, so you can see into that window in some way, somehow. Again, I don't know how it works. In fact, I don't think anybody really knows how it works right now, except for that it's going to be coming. In other news, Walkabout Mini Golf, one of my favorite multiplayer games on the Quest, by the way, if you haven't played it, you definitely should, has gotten a complete redesign for their main menu. It is now called Welcome Island. There's activities you can do like a raft ride, driving range, there's even a practice area where you can practice your putting. This brand new Welcome Island will be a place that you can hang out in as you wait for your other friends to jump in and play a match, which is going to be awesome. You're going to be able to hit at the driving range together. You'll be able to go on a raft ride around the island and through the island, it would seem, and overall just hang out with your friends before jumping into a miniature golf match, which is just a great addition. I love games that have a home like this, a place where you can all gather before jumping into a match. It's much, much more personal than just all hitting a button, not seeing each other, and then ending up in the final game that you're going to play. Also, I think I mentioned VR AirBridge a while back. It's a wireless USB dongle that was leaked as supposedly in development for the Quest 2, allowing you to connect directly to your PC from your Quest with a direct wireless connection instead of having to use a router. Well, now a manual is actually leaked online. Apparently, it was uploaded to Manuals Plus, and it's for the D-Link VR AirBridge powered by Quest Link software. The model number is DWA-F18, and it goes through the whole setup process on how to set it up, including best placement, the contents of the box, how it works to plug it in. That's not to say that this is actually going to release like I mentioned before, but it is to say there is a manual out there. So I'm not sure when it's supposed to come, but it definitely is a real product of some kind. The manual is dated February 8th of 2022. Who knows whether this is coming or not, but if it does, it'll be an interesting addition and we'll see how it works. That's all I've got for you this weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to get the most out of your Quest and your Quest 2, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon for notifications, and you can check out more of my videos right there on the screen. Again, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and happy questing.